everything has just turned to absolute. We are on the Old Telegraph Track. We're just going to make our way to Canal Creek and drop off the trailer and then potentially go to some of the other falls and that tomorrow. We're just trying to work out which line we go down on this. We just got to cross this river here. There are two tracks, one behind me here and the other one just there. So we're just trying to work out which track we go down to get up to the other side. This one here looks a lot more hectic. So we're probably going to just take this one, or we will take this one here. This one also has a few little ruts and stuff, but it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe just this one here and that one there, but we'll see. I was just a bit with the trailer and pretty much trying not to go too fast on the brakes or too hard on the brakes as it's going down. But yeah, it's a little bit. But anyway, we'll keep going and then unhitch the trailer. Well, this is pretty much the only obstacle supposedly before we have to unhitch the trailer, and then we'll just leave it there and carry on with the ute. But I will have to get out there at some stage, so we'll see how that goes getting out of there. We stayed here last night at Canal Creek. Yesterday arvo we had a look at where the cars will cross, so it was crystal clear. The water was pretty nice. Would have been nice if it was a little bit colder, but yeah, it was perfect. So I'll show you the creek now. How's this pineapple growing out here? Nice pineapple, not ready, otherwise I'd be picking it, but I think all these are pineapple trees or whatever they are called. Vines, they're not vines, but yeah, pineapple plants. We're going to check out Elliott Falls, potentially the Twin Falls, and then Fruit Bat Falls. I'm going to take the trailer with us today. We were going to leave the trailer here, but we will take it out with us. We might leave it out the front at the bush camp, and then we don't have to come back and forth across all the crossings all the time. So yeah, we'll probably do that, check out these first two waterfalls, and then we'll continue on and potentially leave the trailer and then check out some of the other spots along the Old Telegraph Track. We're here at Elliott Falls. Not another person here. All to ourselves, how good. Yeah, the water's actually pumping still right. I thought it'd be pretty slow flowing. So I've been continuing on. I heard a little bit of a rattle on the ute, so I sort of looked in the revision mirror and I could see the tray was moving just slightly, so I had a few issues. So this front bolt here, that front bolt there was loose. So yeah, I tightened that one up. Well, the other ones are pretty good, but it has moved slightly, so now I've got less clearance here, and the water tank seems like it may be dripping, slightly leaking where the sort of welded section comes out to the hose. So yeah, that's going to be frustrating. These here were knocking on the back of this, which is when I sort of realised and had a look at the tray, and that was moving. So yeah, it's been a bit of a few, you know, an hour or so. The last hour has been a bit painful, but then these bolts here, they've been super tight still, so I don't really know how it's moved. But yeah, don't know. Anyway, we are going to keep on moving. With this mud guard here, the tyre does sometimes hit that front bit, but this edge digs into the side of the tyre. Quite hard to see, but you can see those sections there, and further down here they get chewed out because the guard sits, you know, closer in. It doesn't actually come outside of the tyre, so it's only slightly, but it's just enough that you get a lot of these marks here, and it just wears out the tyre. So yeah, not ideal at all. With these slight little few issues, I don't think we'll check out Gunshot, as I don't really want to go too much further on the Old Telegraph Track if I don't have to, as I've still got a long way to go to get home. But yeah, don't know yet, but we'll see how it all goes. I've still got to get through this section here. I think I will probably go this section again. This is the way I came the last time. But that's a bigger rut now. I don't know whether someone's come through and made a bigger rut at the top, but yeah, I don't really know. Got to try and pick a line. Whereas this line here, this one is a bit more deeper rutted, but yeah, well, this one's been made a lot worse in the last just day since we've been here, I reckon. As all these big ruts weren't here, so someone's obviously gone through and torn it up. Going down here, you'll clearly be able to hear the tyre rubbing on the guard, so I turned up the volume so you'll be able to hear it more clearly. But yeah, it is very frustrating. Now to tackle this hill, you start having some doubts in your mind from hearing the noises and wondering whether you're going to be able to make it up. So I guess I went for a bit more of a cautious approach, and I could have given it a bit more power, but yeah, always seems worse when you're in the vehicle. Well, got stuck. Big wheel lift here, which we didn't catch on camera, but just too much weight in the back, and these ruts got a lot worse overnight, so I'm just going to have to winch my way up and see how I go. Everything has just turned to absolute, so the winch won't turn on, so I don't really know why. Yeah, it's just not getting power to the winch, so I have to sort that out later on. I've just spent a heap of time digging out some of the ruts and then putting some max tracks down there. So yeah, I've got the max tracks down there. The wheel will drop in down here, so like I sort of want to, well, I'd ideally want to try and build that up, but I can't really. I might just throw a few rocks in there. But yeah, it's just been an absolute pain. You can see the winch had to be wrapped up there because I couldn't get it to go back in. So yeah, times like these you can easily get flustered, so I just got to take my time. It is what it is, and just sort of, yeah, think about it a couple times before doing it, so I don't have any further mistakes, because yeah, sometimes you just get flustered and it's a mistake after mistake. So I just got to take a few minutes, breath, have a bit of water, and then we'll tackle it with a bit more of a clear head. Let's try and tackle this. Let's see how I go, and hopefully it works all good. You can see the front two tyres don't have any traction on the ground, so once the one wheel lifts off the ground, the power gets sent to there, leaving no power for the wheel with actual traction. This is where lockers work really well, or imagine having a working winch. I should have also put the max tracks under the rear tyres, but hindsight is a good thing.
Don't know how well you can hear me, but I'm just testing out the circuit where I've got this little key that you get with the run per winch, and each side of that circuit, one side is getting the full voltage and the other side's on 0. So even when this isolator key is on, this key here, it's actually not even working. Yeah, unfortunately that could have cost me big time, and I wouldn't have been able to get out. I could have probably bridged the two together, but yeah, it just becomes a massive job. So yeah, it is what it is, but it was working when we left, and I hadn't really checked it before, so it's my own fault. But yeah, all a learning curve, I guess.
A few days later I tested the winch, and for whatever reason it was working fine, so I will need to replace that isolator switch at some stage.
After being hot and sweaty trying to sort out all the recovery for the vehicle, it's very nice to be able to swim in a place like this. So yeah, Fruitbat Falls, definitely worth checking out. You don't even have to have a full drive, you can come straight off the PDR road and then come straight to here. Literally it's super smooth tracking, not very far at all off the road. How cool is this plant? They got this, I guess, a trap right here, so they've got scent inside here, and then the little bugs will go in there and then will close up, and then don't know whether it drowns them or eats them or something, but yeah, pretty cool. You can see there's a little bug down the bottom there. Obviously there's some scent in there, but yeah, these plants are pretty cool. This one here.